Hello, cat lovers. If you've ever caught your kitty on top of the fridge, perched on the shelf, or even balancing on top of the door, you're not alone. This behavior is super common, and today we're finally going to find out why cats are so fascinated by high places. And no, it's not just for fun. There's a lot more to it. So stick with me until the end of this video because you'll understand your cat like never before. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and activate the bell so you won't miss any content. This is the place for true cat lovers, with curiosities, tips, and everything you need to make your feline happier, and you too. Now let's understand this cat obsession with heights. It all starts with the wild origins of our feline companions. Even though they've been domesticated for thousands of years, cats still carry some very primitive instincts and behaviors inherited from their wild ancestors. In nature, felines were always strategic animals, and high places played a fundamental role in their survival. They would climb rocks, trees, and branches not just out of curiosity, but as a clever tactic to observe their surroundings. These elevated spots allowed them to have a privileged vantage point, helping them monitor their territory, spot potential prey, and of course, detect predators. From above, they could see everything clearly without being seen. This gave them a sense of security, control, and in a way, a superior position over what was happening below. This need to dominate their environment and ensure they were always in a safe and advantageous spot is a basic instinct in felines that remains very strong today. And guess what? Your cat is still doing exactly the same thing, even if they live in an apartment on the 10th floor, far from forests or savannas. They look for the highest points in your home out of instinct, so they can watch over their territory and feel safer. It could be the fridge, the top of the shelf, or even the top of the door. For them, it doesn't matter where they are. What matters is having that wide view and control of the space around them. It's their instinct taking over. Literally. And contrary to what many people think, it's not just a game or a quirk. For the cat, this is a totally natural behavior and essential for their emotional well-being. So, the next time they perch, in an unlikely spot, know that they're just following their oldest instincts, even if they've left the jungle behind. When a cat climbs to a high place in your home, it's a sign that it feels in control of the situation. For the cat, being in an elevated spot is a way of reaffirming its dominance over the environment. From up there, it can observe the entire space around it, including other animals, people in the house, and even any movement or sound that might catch its attention. It knows it's out of reach of any potential threat, which gives it an absolute sense of security. Us, it's as if it were sitting on its own throne, a place of power and control, where nothing can reach it without being seen first. And there's more. Cats are naturally more reserved and independent, meaning they prefer to have control over when and where they interact with others. Being in a high place allows them to stay calm and at peace, with less chance of being disturbed. This is especially important in busy households or homes with other pets, where there might be a lot of commotion or even rivalry. For cats, having space is a necessity, and the higher, the better. The more elevated the spot, the further they are from potential stress or distractions. This behavior is a form of self-affirmation. Cats like to have their own space to rest, play, or just observe. And the higher the place they choose, the better, as it provides the perfect combination of security, privacy, and a wide view to monitor what's happening around them. For the cat, it's a place where it can feel in control, without outside pressures, ensuring that it has a sense of comfort and stability, which is essential for its emotional well-being. By the way, take a moment to comment down below. What's the most unusual place you've ever found your cat? On top of the door? inside the cabinet way up high, or maybe on top of the fridge, hidden between the books on the shelf, or even on top of the TV. Each cat has its own unique way of exploring spaces and finding the most improbable places to perch. We love hearing these stories and would absolutely enjoy learning about your feline's adventures and discoveries. Who knows? Your cat might have done something so impressive or creative that other cat owners can totally relate. Don't be shy. Share it in the comments. We'll respond to the coolest comments in the next video, and maybe your story will even be featured here. It's always fun to see how much creativity and personality our cats have. And remember, these stories are also a great way to show that, despite their antics, these felines are full of charm and intelligence. Oh, and also, don't forget to share this video with that friend who's always wondering what's going on in their cat's mind. You can be sure they'll love understanding more about feline behavior. And in the process, have a good laugh at these funny and curious situations. Let's spread the knowledge about the mysteries of cats. And of course, keep exchanging ideas and stories among fellow cat lovers. There's no shortage of love and curiosity about the feline world here. Another reason that attracts cats to high places is comfort. Believe it or not, they really know where to find the best spots to rest. You know that cozy warmth we feel in the higher areas of the house, like on top of a shelf or the top of a piece of furniture? Well, cats feel it too, and they love it. Heat naturally rises, so these elevated areas tend to be warmer and more pleasant, which is perfect for a good nap. And it's not just that. In addition to the more comfortable temperature, high places offer a quieter environment, away from the constant movement of the household. In a home with lots of people, children, or even other pets, cats may feel the need for a more isolated and peaceful spot to relax. Higher spots in the house provide exactly that, a silent retreat where they can rest undisturbed, which is essential for their well-being. This search for tranquility and warmth is all tied to the nature of cats. They are predators by instinct, and even though they are domesticated, they still have that tendency to seek refuge in safe and comfortable places to recover from their daily hunts. In this case, the normal activities around the house, like playing, exploring, and even interacting with their owners. The more elevated and cozy the spot, the more ideal it is for the cat's rest. So, if you notice that your cat is always seeking those high, cozy corners, it's because they've found the perfect place to feel safe, warm, and peaceful. And, of course, they'll make the most of every second of rest in an ideal spot, far from stress and the hustle and bustle of daily life. And if you think it's just about comfort and safety, there's another very important reason: physical exercise and mental stimulation. Climbing, scaling, jumping. All of these activities are more than just fun for cats. They're natural ways to keep their bodies active and their minds constantly challenged. Just like us, cats need regular exercise to stay healthy, both physically and mentally. By exploring their environment, climbing furniture, jumping from one spot to another, and adventuring on high places in the house, they're working their muscles, improving coordination, and of course, keeping their minds engaged. Cats that have access to high places in the house get more exercise, making them less likely to gain weight or face health issues related to inactivity. Additionally, they have more opportunities to explore, which helps them avoid boredom. A bored cat can end up developing destructive behaviors, like scratching the couch, chewing on furniture, or even getting into fights with other pets in the house. This happens because the lack of physical and mental stimulation can lead to frustration, which causes the feline to seek ways to relieve that tension, often inappropriately. When a cat has a space where it can climb, jump, and move freely, it not only gets distracted, but also avoids these unwanted behaviors. Plus, the need to hunt and explore is deeply ingrained in felines, And when it's not properly addressed, it can lead to anxiety or even aggressive behaviors. By providing elevated spots like shelves, bookcases, or high scratching posts, you're helping meet their need for physical and mental activity. This contributes to a more balanced, happy, and healthy cat, one who feels more fulfilled and is less likely to get stressed. Therefore, by allowing your cat to access these elevated spaces, you're providing it with a true playground where it can play, exercise, and keep its mind active, all while maintaining the tranquility of the house and preventing problems that arise from lack of stimulation. The good news is that you can, and should, adapt your home to provide more opportunities for your cat to explore. Creating an enriched environment for your feline doesn't need to be expensive or complicated. You can start with small changes, like installing shelves on the walls, vertical scratching posts, niches, or towers. These additions create a real network of elevated paths for your cat to explore, climb, and rest, all within the comfort of your home. And the best part is, you don't have to spend a fortune. You can make use of furniture you already have, like shelves, tables, or even unused shelves, and transform them into ideal spaces for your cat. In addition, using simple objects to create. These elevated paths can be a fun way to stimulate your cat's creativity and exploring instinct. For example, you could create a pathway of shelves connected by scratching posts or boxes. This gives your cat the sensation of exploring a new territory while also providing more physical and mental activity. If you have limited space, it's worth considering vertical furniture, like scratching towers, which take up minimal space but offer plenty of high spots for your cat. However, it's crucial that all these changes are made with safety in mind. Make sure the shelves and other objects are securely fixed and can support your cat's weight without the risk of falling or collapsing. Wobbly shelves, loose objects, or unstable furniture can cause accidents and put your cat at risk of injury. Always check if the elevated spots are safe, with proper supports and no slipping hazards. Additionally, choose materials that are durable and safe for your cat, like wood or shelves with anti-slip finishes. Another important point is that the height and accessibility of the elevated spots should also be considered. Older cats, or those with limited mobility, may have trouble reaching certain places, so think about creating more accessible paths with ramps or supports, so that all the cats in the house, regardless of age, can enjoy the elevated spaces. So, adapting your home for your cat's well-being will not only provide them with more comfort and fun, but will also prevent behavioral problems caused by lack of stimulation. Furthermore, creating these elevated spots will improve your cat's quality of life, allowing them to exercise, rest, and have fun safely and comfortably. And of course, your cat will love having new adventures indoors. Now, if your cat is climbing into dangerous places, like the stove, shelves with fragile objects, or areas where they could knock things over, it's important to redirect that behavior. And no, yelling or scolding isn't the answer. That will only make your cat more stressed. The secret is to offer more interesting alternatives. Instead of scolding when they climb in the wrong place, it's much more effective to redirect their attention to safer and more attractive options. Create elevated areas, like shelves or scratching towers, in strategic spots around the house. These alternatives should not only be accessible but also engaging for your cat, with enough space for them to feel comfortable and secure. And the best part, whenever your cat uses these new elevated spots, reward them. You can do this with treats, affection, playtime, or even praise. Cats are motivated by positive reinforcement, so when they realize that climbing on shelves or towers brings a reward, they will associate those spots with something good. This helps reinforce the desired behavior and encourages your cat to prefer these safe spots instead of seeking out dangerous places. Additionally, if you have a more curious and adventurous cat, you can make these new spots even more appealing by placing toys or treats on them. This will stimulate your cat's curiosity and make them want to spend more time in these safe, comfortable areas. At the same time, it's important to ensure that the places you don't want them to climb are inaccessible or unattractive. You can use corner protectors, tapestries, or even place objects to block access to dangerous spots. The key is to be patient and consistent. Redirecting behavior isn't something that happens overnight, but with time, your cat will learn to prefer the safe, suitable spots. Instead of punishment, you'll be creating a positive experience for them, resulting in a happier, calmer cat with less chance of getting hurt. Understanding why your cat does what it does is one of the best ways to strengthen your bond with them. Every behavior your cat exhibits has a reason behind it. And by recognizing this, you can create an environment that caters to their natural instincts and needs. This not only improves your cat's well-being, but also makes them feel safer, respected, and, as a result, happier. When a cat feels understood and well-treated, they become more confident and relaxed, which directly affects their behavior and interactions with you. Adapting your environment to meet your cat's instincts is essential to prevent frustration and undesirable behaviors. When you create spaces where they can explore, climb, and feel in control, they will feel more comfortable and less stressed. A cat whose natural needs are met tends to be more balanced, which makes daily life easier and strengthens the bond between you. Furthermore, by understanding the reasons behind their behavior, you learn to respond in a calmer, more assertive manner. For instance, if your cat climbs onto furniture or shelves, it's not out of stubbornness or disobedience. They do this because they need a safe, elevated spot to observe their surroundings, feel in control, and often rest peacefully. This behavior is deeply rooted in their natural instincts of hunting and protection, and by respecting this, you help your cat feel more secure and fulfilled, and this shows in everything. In their behavior, the affection they give you, the trust they place in you, and of course, in the calmer day-to-day interaction. When a cat feels understood by their owner, they become more affectionate and even more social. They understand that their environment is a safe place where they can be themselves without feeling pressured or disturbed. After all, a cat doesn't climb everything just out of stubbornness or to get attention. They climb because they need to. It's an instinctive need, a way to feel safe, explore, and even rest. When we understand this, we start seeing the world from our cat's perspective, and everything starts to make sense. And when we truly understand our feline companion, everything changes. The relationship becomes more harmonious, the bond strengthens, and most importantly, the cat becomes happier and more fulfilled, knowing they are respected by their owner. Did you enjoy the video? Now that you understand why your cat loves being up high, how about turning your home into a true vertical playground? Your cat will thank you, and you'll have a lot of fun watching them explore this new territory.